Who's ready for my April favourites? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is the end of April on Thursday and I can't believe that another month has passed. A full month in lockdown ordered by the UK government. So this favourites video is going to be really weird because I haven't been anywhere shopping. I've just been watching Disney Plus and ordering the very occasional thing online. So if you guys have any suggestions of what I could add into these favourites videos, such as YouTubers I'm watching or apps I'm playing on my phone, I don't know, just let me know, because obviously I can't go to Primark, I can't go to H&M, things like that. So this is just what I'm ordering online and what I'm watching on Disney Plus. And if you didn't see my initial review of Disney Plus, I will leave a card up above to that video. So we will actually start with Disney Plus, as that's the main thing that has taken up this month. So the UK got Disney Plus on March the 24th and I've compiled a list of what I've watched in full. This isn't including the series that upload weekly. The things I've watched in full from March 24th to the end of April. So number one is The World According to Jeff Goldblum. This was a National Geographic series. He went to different communities of fandom, I suppose you would call it. He went to sneaker conventions, he went to RV meetups, things like that. It was really interesting, and like I said in that Disney Plus video, I would really love if he did the adult Disney community, but he probably can't because it's on Disney and Disney won't want to appear like they're making fun of them or anything. But that series was done really tastefully. Number two, I watched One Day at Disney. I haven't watched the One Day at Disney shorts yet, but this is an hour-long documentary where they take you behind the scenes at the different core areas of Disney and you meet people and learn about their jobs, and it's just really interesting. So I need to watch the One Day at Disney shorts, but they come out weekly. Next, I watched the mini-series Pixar in Real Life, where they recreated scenes from Pixar films and did them in real life and shocked people basically. My favourite one was the toys trying to cross the street from Toy Story 2, as that's one of my favourite movie moments ever, so that was really fun to watch. Then I watched the first 3 episodes of Star Wars, so that is the prequel trilogy. I am now on to Solo, but I haven't finished that yet, so that will be in my May favourites video, and then I need to do the original trilogy and then the sequel trilogy, but so far I've only watched the prequel trilogy. I have watched them before, obviously, it's just that I wanted to rewatch them now I've got all this free time on my hands. And speaking of rewatching things I've watched before, the next 2 things I've actually been watching while I'm at my desk working, because I wanted background noise, but I didn't want background noise I had to pay attention to. So in one day I watched all 3 High School Musical films, because I want to watch High School Musical, the series, but I wanted to refresh my memory of the High School Musical films first. And the other thing I didn't need to pay attention to was Sweet Life. So in April I watched all 3 seasons of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I do need to move on to Sweet Life on deck, but make sure you watch my May favourites video to see what I watched. And then the final thing I watched with my mum was the 20 years of the Titanic. I'm not sure that's what it's called. It's called Titanic 20 Years Later with James Cameron, and it was really good. It shows you bits of the film and like the sets. They've recreated some of the sets to see how lifelike they are to the actual Titanic. They show you the wreckage of the Titanic, and they also do a little bit of research into how the ship would have sank. So that was everything I watched on Disney Plus. This is why I don't want to do it as a separate video each month, because with us not being able to go out shopping, my favourites videos are going to be very short if I take the Disney Plus out. So that's why the Disney Plus has been left in. So please down in the comments let me know what you're watching on Disney Plus, or what you recommend that I watch. Now we're going to go on to what I bought from Shop Disney. I haven't bought a lot. I am waiting for 2 orders to arrive, one of which is the Minnie Mouse The Main Attraction series, so you will see a video on that soon, but unfortunately delivery is delayed by 2 weeks at the moment, so some of my videos may not go up at the the same time they used to. So the first thing I bought, and I have actually done a separate video on this that you will be seeing in May, is the mini Stitch Cuddlies. I also bought the Tigger for my dad, and I want to get all of them, but they are £8.95 each, and I'm very conscious of how much money I'm spending at the moment. So I just got Stitch, and I've done a little Stitch collection video with him. So if you haven't already subscribed, please make sure you do and ring the bell so that you're notified when my videos go up. I did want to talk actually about where my channel is going, so I will just put Stitch down. My friends Park Pioneer are going to do one video a day in May, and I really wanted to do that because a lot of YouTubers have a lot of free time on their hands now that we're all in lockdown, but I am actually still working full-time and I can't do a video every day in May because I only get to film 2 days a week, and it would have meant way more planning than I've had time to do, because when I did Vlogmas last year I started filming those videos very early November. So unfortunately I won't be able to do that, but I am trying to get more weekend uploads up as well as my regular Tuesdays and Fridays, because there are a lot of things I want to show you. There's a lot of tag videos I've been tagged in, things like that. So make sure you ring the notification bell, and that way you will be notified whenever there's a new video. Even if it's not on a day I would regularly upload. And then the other thing I got from Shop Disney this month is the Cinderella key. So this one comes with a 70 years tag rather than being in the box like the US version. It's very sparkly up here, and then you've got the horse-drawn carriage, and then it says Cinderella just by the castle. I absolutely love this one, and in true Disney fashion I was about to film my key collection video now this has arrived, and there's now another rumour floating around of another key. At the time I'm filming this it's only a week away, so by the time this video goes up I will know whether it was real and I will know whether I've got it. If I don't get it, then I probably will do my key collection video now, as it is already going to be quite a long video. And then I've got 3 things to share with you that I didn't buy from the Disney store. So the first one is a book I finished reading this month. The best thing about working at a university is that I get access to the university library, so I took out this library book before we went into lockdown, and I've had to renew it to make sure that I don't get in trouble for keeping it, but I have just finished Deconstructing Disney by Eleanor Byrne. Now next week there is going to be a video about my dissertation, and while I didn't use this book for my dissertation because it's on Disney and I did Pixar, and it's on race and gender and sexuality and things like that, and I did death, it is a really good book if you are going to do a dissertation on Disney. I would highly recommend reading this to get a feel for how those sorts of things should be written. I wish I'd read this before I wrote my own dissertation because it's given me ideas for how I could have wrote that better, but it's pointless rewriting it because it won't change my grade or anything. But this has been a really insightful book, although I do find books like this to be quite overly critical of Disney, which I don't like, but I do always listen to everybody's opinions. So yeah, I've been reading this. I did also finish Bob Iger's audiobook. It is called The Ride of a Lifetime. I was a bit disappointed that Bob Iger himself only reads the introduction and the epilogue. The middle is read by somebody else, so I was a bit disappointed by that. But I did really enjoy the book. I loved getting to know more about Bob Iger, and it's really made me respect him even more than I already did. So I really enjoyed that, and I would highly recommend that to you guys as well. And then the next thing you will have already seen if you saw my live stream with Wannabe Mouseketeer. And if you haven't, I will leave it in the description of this video. But I bought this Pixar trivia quiz game from Truffle Shuffle. I will leave links to buy this one and the 90s Disney one that we didn't use. I think they're really good. There are 2 questions on each card. They have questions for all the Pixar films. I think the latest one will be Coco. I didn't get to ask Emily all of the questions, but this made for a really fun game to play with someone, so I would highly recommend getting this and the 90s Disney version. And then finally, I put in a Shine order, which I wasn't expecting to do. I have never bought from Shine before, although I have wanted to, but I saw this and I figured I needed to get it. It's slightly smaller than I was expecting, but I do know exactly how I'm going to use it, and that is is this Mickey Mouse bowl. So it's not very deep, but when I have curries and things, I don't actually have a large portion, so I think this will be perfect. Or when I have a Chinese or something like that. I did order the grey, I'm sure I did, but I do quite like this green, and I might order the others because they did a grey, a blue and a white, I think. So I probably will put an order in for more, as I think they're really good. It only cost me $2.49, which I thought was amazing, and I also ordered some non-Disney things. I think you can see there I've got a little phone holder, so when my phone is on charge now, I hook it onto the wall, because I was very aware that when I was asleep, my phone is right by my head on my bedside table, and I'm worried about the radiation. So I got that. I also got some coat hangers that hold multiple shirts so that I can save space in my wardrobe, so that gives me something to do on weekends now. It is very difficult not being able to leave the house. Obviously we can go out for food and medicine, but I've got all of my medicine. My dad's medicine gets delivered and my mum's been doing the food shop, so I actually have no reason to leave the house, which I'm really struggling with, which is why I am buying online sometimes. I was also gifted some fantasy pins this month, which I would really like to share with you. So these are from Through the Doors store. I will leave their Instagram in the description. These are the Pixar in Pins Volume 1. So I was sent the Bugs Life pin, a Finding Nemo pin, a Toy Story pin, another Toy Story pin, and I've saved my favourite till last. I was also sent a Monsters Inc pin. So thank you so much to Tim Loves Disney for sending those over to me. Again, I will leave a link to where you can buy these pins in my description. So that is everything from me today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and let me know down in the comments what you're watching on Disney+. I will be back on Friday for a very exciting collaboration video with the Jodie and Laura Life, so make sure you tune in then. Bye guys!